Yellowstone National Park.
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 We're tracking an unusual situation tonight in Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone's valleys have been emptying fast.
The ground beneath Yellowstone is stirring, and it's not the familiar rumble of geysers or the hiss of hot springs. Something stranger is unfolding. Perfectly circular holes appearing overnight, glowing blue pools where barren earth stood just hours before, and animals fleeing in droves, as if driven by an instinct older than fear itself. I'm not spinning tales to spook you. This is happening. If you doubt me, dig into the reports, check the satellite images, talk to the locals who can't sleep through the low hum vibrating their windows at night. They'll tell you something's wrong. They'll tell you it's not just the earth shifting, it's something deeper, older, deliberate. It began earlier this year in the Norris Geyser Basin, where geologists found a new hole, 13 feet wide, its edges impossibly smooth, as if carved by a machine no one owns. The official story? A hydrothermal vent, superheated water and steam clawing their way to the surface. Routine, they said. Yellowstone's always been a restless beast, but satellite photos tell a different tale. The hole wasn't jagged or rough like a natural steam vent. Its edges were clean, almost mathematically precise, surrounded by concentric rings of scorched soil, as if something burned the earth in a perfect pattern. Weeks later, another anomaly appeared, a luminous, pale blue thermal pool, shimmering where nothing but dirt and grass had been the day before. Park officials called it a minor explosive event, a new feature in the ever-changing geothermal landscape. But the locals? They're not buying it. They've seen too much. The animals know something we don't. Bison, elk, wolves, they're leaving Yellowstone in numbers no one's ever seen. It started subtly, elk herds migrating weeks early, bison wandering miles from their grazing lands. Then it escalated. Tourists filmed bison stampeding down park roads, ignoring cars, barriers, anything in their path. Wolves abandoned dens, leaving pups too young to travel, yet they fled anyway, vanishing beyond their ranges. Birdwatchers reported flocks of ravens spiraling above the caldera in eerie, synchronized patterns before scattering north. Even the fish in Yellowstone Lake began leaping frantically near the shore, only to wash up dead in small, inexplicable clusters. Park officials blamed minor tremors, but the seismic records show nothing significant enough to explain this mass exodus. Nothing natural, at least. Then there's the hum. Locals near the park describe it as a deep, almost inaudible vibration. Felt more than heard, strong enough to rattle windows and unsettle sleep. It comes at night, steady and relentless, like a pulse from the earth itself. Some claim to see faint blue lights flickering above the tree line, miles from any known thermal feature. Others report brief power failures in their RVS, cell phones losing signal near certain park entrances. One camper swore he woke to find dozens of deer encircling his campsite, standing motionless, their eyes glinting silver in his flashlight's beam. They didn't flee, they just stared, then turned as one and melted into the forest. These aren't ghost stories told around a campfire. These are accounts from people who know the land, who've lived alongside Yellowstone's moods for years. I dug deeper, scouring thermal satellite images from the weeks when these anomalies appeared. What I found chilled me. The images showed faint heat signatures radiating from the caldera in evenly spaced concentric rings, not random but deliberate, as if something below was pushing upward in a calculated pattern. Plotting the locations of the new holes in the blue pool revealed they formed a rough crescent. Extend that arc, and the next likely breach point lands just outside the park's southern boundary, near tourist-heavy areas. Coincidence? Maybe. But then I stumbled across old reports, whispers from nearly a century ago, hinting at something found deep beneath Yellowstone, something not magma, not water, but stranger. Park staff dismissed these as urban legends, yet sensitive areas are now cordoned off with an urgency that feels anything but routine. A technician who worked on geothermal monitoring stations posted anonymously about detecting rhythmic pressure pulses underground. 3 pulses, 18 seconds apart, repeating every 2 hours. Too perfect, he said, for a natural cycle. He used the term breach event, a phrase no one in Yellowstone's geothermal community throws around lightly. It suggests something rising, not just steam or gas, but something structural, something deliberate. The pulses weren't strong enough to register as seismic activity, yet they were consistent, like a heartbeat from the Earth's core. I wasn't sure what to make of it until I heard about the Montana sighting. I'm a highway patrol officer, 14 years on the job, stationed mostly out of Great Falls, though I've worked stretches in Helena and Billings. I'm not prone to flights of fancy. My days are spent scanning roads, reading people, staying grounded in the practical. But what I saw that night off Highway 20 near the Highwood Mountains upended everything I thought I knew. It was my day off and I was taking a back road to meet my cousin for dinner. He's in forestry management, always busy with logs and surveys I don't fully grasp. The route I chose cuts through remote grazing land where the radio signal's patchy, so I keep my police scanner low to catch any stray chatter. As I drove, I noticed a strange glow on a hill where there's nothing but an old radio tower, a relic that sometimes picks up local stations. I've checked it before during winter patrols, helping stranded drivers who mistook its red beacon for a landmark. But this light was different, brighter, higher, almost like a spotlight beam, though too elevated to come from the tower's small maintenance shack. Curiosity got the better of me. I pulled off onto a gravel path that winds up the slope toward the tower. The road was rough, full of dips and loose stones, so I took it slow. Halfway up, I noticed the light flickering, as if something was moving in front of it. The tower's beacon is supposed to be steady, red, not erratic like this. The closer I got, the more I realized the flickering wasn't a malfunction. It was caused by something moving on the tower's catwalk, about 60 or 70 feet up. My first thought was teenagers or thrill-seeking hikers. But the caretaker's shack is always locked, and the tower's not exactly inviting for a casual climb. I eased my car to the base, angling my headlights upward, and caught a faint whiff of burnt pine, likely a lingering scar from a 2021 wildfire. Old habits kicked in. I scanned my surroundings, noting every detail. The air was still, no strong wind to explain what happened next. What does this have to do with Yellowstone? I don't know, but the timing feels too close. Those perfect holes, the glowing pools, the animals fleeing, the hum beneath the earth. It's all too strange to be coincidence. Old rumors from the park, stories of something ancient uncovered decades ago, don't sound so crazy now. The technicians' pulses, the crescent pattern, the wildlife's panic. They point to something moving, something waking, not magma, not steam, something older, deeper, deliberate. The animals sense it. The earth is whispering it. Maybe it's time we listened. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and bell icon for more interesting wildlife stories.